All right, A Serious Man here. I just got finished watching Wakanda Forever, and thought I'd give my first impressions. First of all, it's not a great movie, but it's actually a little better than I expected. Um, I, I think it's better than The Eternals. I was able to stay awake for it. It was better than Shang-Chi, in my opinion. Um, I think the direction is actually not too bad. The direction is competent direction, except for some of the action sequences, the fighting sequences where blows don't connect, and you shouldn't show a slow motion action scene where the blows don't connect. That's really bad. But I think the worst problem with this movie was the screenwriting. The script is crap. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. The movie itself, the acting, actually thought the acting was actually pretty competent. Part of the problem, well, apart from a couple things, but I actually think none of the acting in this movie was as bad as the child actor in Black Adam, which was horrible. But I think the worst problem, story-wise, there's a lot of problems with the biggest problems are with the trying to change the lore. So Namor, they totally changed Namor, his backstory, which you probably already know going into this movie. I still think they should have recast T'Challa, but there was a mid-credit sequence which I think actually did a little bit to honor Black Panther and also T'Challa, and also the mid-credit sequence, without spoiling it, sort of left room for the possibility of recasting T'Challa in the future with a different actor with the same, playing a character with the same name who isn't maybe the exact same character. So there is a possibility that in the future they can change that. I think one of the biggest problems with the movie is the fact, apart from screwing up Namor and the whole backstory, they're not Atlanteans apparently, so that the writing, the dialogue and everything else. Although I did think the acting wasn't that bad. I think the actress who played Riri Williams is actually pretty good. It's just that the character sucks, and the structure of the story is all over the place. The structure of the story is not very good. It's definitely way too long. It should have been cut down. The biggest problem, I think overall the biggest problem, is the fact that it's a Black Panther movie without Black Panther. If you view it, if it's an origin story, in a way it's an origin story for Shuri becoming Black Panther. And as an origin story, it's a mess because the Black Panther doesn't appear until like the very last act of the movie, and it's not Black Panther. It's the new Black Panther. But if I'm going to give an overall feeling for the film, I do have to say that it's not a great movie. Like I said, there were like maybe 3 scenes that stood out that actually moved me and were actually compelling. Maybe 3 scenes. The rest of it, pretty crap. But personally, I was able to get into it a little bit more because there was a little bit political like as far as politics within the world, which is actually, I may be a little biased, that's one of the things that I actually like about some of the movies, like not going too real world. As far as being intersectional, there's still definitely the message elements. There are a lot of women bosses, and which is part of the messaging that's been going on. So you still have elements of that. I still found it way more watchable than The Eternals or Shang-Chi, and I would say even I liked it a little better than Black Widow. I'll have to go back and watch that movie again. Overall, it's not a great movie. I probably wouldn't recommend it necessarily, but it was all right. It was okay. I would put it a little bit. I would still put it a little bit below Doctor Strange 2. Although I think in some ways it actually messed up. It messed up established characters less than that movie. So I don't know. And I actually like the opening scene of the movie, Wakanda Forever, whereas the Doctor Strange 2 set up from the very beginning that it was going to be cringe. But anyways, those are my early takes for the film. I probably won't do a full review. I might do a video with spoilers later on, depending on how I feel. Right now, I think I'm going to go eat some Chicago deep dish pizza. So see you later.